Shalom, shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Boy, we have quite a few articles, right here. Okay, as you know, prophecy continues to unfold and tensions continue to flare. Okay, you have here, which I'm not gonna read all the articles. I might read the headlines, but just to get the idea of the vibration, all right, that the Earth is under right now. Okay, it says here India deploys warships to Persian Gulf amid rising tensions between U.S. and Iran. It says the Indian Navy is deploying multiple vessels to the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman to provide security for Indian flagged ships transversing the area. It says the decision follows multiple attacks on merchant ships there. All right. Well, the Lord, and hey, according to prophecy, the Lord says He's going to gather the hosts. He's going to gather the multitudes. All right, to that Middle East. Okay, and that's why you see this whole U.S. Iran tension is like a beacon. All right, which even Russia warned that starting war with Iran. All right, is going to start something. So that's a dangerous path that the U.S. doesn't want to go on. Okay, so you have that. Then you have here the video because Trump came out and said, "Oh, he finds it hard to believe that Iran would shoot down a U.S. drone." All right, to the fact that he said, "You know what? It was probably by mistake." But Iran, like I did the video in this morning, they said, "No, no, no. It's a clear message that we're not playing around. We're not playing games." Okay? Iran says that it was in their territory, so they shot it down. Okay, and the U.S. is saying, "No, it wasn't." All right? And now there's talks about the U.S. Retaliating, which, oh boy. It says video footage of Iran's air defenses shooting down a high-altitude U.S. Navy surveillance drone has been posted on social media by the Iranian military. It shows the missile launch and an explosion at the moment of interception. Okay? And I know there was another one in here. That's probably the one I want to read. Oh, you see, you got this here. It says U.S. war on Iran could cause disaster in Middle East. All right. Now, a couple of years ago, all right, people weren't talking like this, but now you can see how almost every day or every 2 days or every week there's talks about the dangers of war with Iran or so on and so forth. You hear about these are wars and rumors of wars. Okay, the Messiah, all right, Yahweh Shai, who this world calls Jesus Christ, when he was on the earth, all right, about 2,000 years ago, when he told his disciples, he prophesied. He said it before it happened, and it's happening now. Okay, and he said, "Be not afraid, be not terrified." All right, because you're gonna hear of wars and rumors of wars. What is this? This is a rumor of war. When almost all these articles are talking about what? War, war, war. Okay, tensions rising, war, war. That's gonna affect the oil prices too. Okay. Um, let me see. Where was the other article? All right, because hey, hey man, that's like the scriptures say. Which let me pull that up real quick. All right, the Lord said what? There's a time for everything on the earth, and right now we're in that time of war. All right. I believe, yeah, Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Okay. So Salakia, let me see if I can find that article actually. Um, see if it's probably under U.S. Ah, there it is. It says you'll soon find out if U.S. will strike Iran. All right. It says here, U.S. President Donald Trump has not ruled out an airstrike against Iran in retaliation for the shooting down of a U.S. Navy drone. The U.S. military insists the drone was over international waters, but Iran says this is false. The robot aircraft was shot down by an Iranian missile on Thursday morning local time. The U.S. Central Command confirmed, but said the Iranian reports that the drone was in its airspace were false. It says this was an unprovoked attack on a U.S. surveillance asset in international airspace, said Captain Bill Urban, CENTCOM spokesman. It's because that's the narrative they're trying to push. You know, it says asked if U.S. was considering a retaliatory strike, Trump told reporters at the White House, "You'll soon find out." Okay, you'll soon find out. Well, guess what? Trump is basically going off of him saying, "Oh well, it more than likely wasn't intentional," and so on and so forth. But you have Iran telling you straight up, "No, we did this because you were in our airspace, and we're showing you that we're not playing around." On top of that, Iran is telling the EU, "Hey, on the 27th, they're gonna get back into their uranium enrichment program." All right. If the EU can't find a way to basically some way to nullify the sanctions and the effects of the U.S. all right on Iran's economy, then they're just gonna continue that, because what's the point in them staying in a deal, all right, that the U.S. is backed out of and they're paying the consequence, all right? Because here it is, they're in a deal making the sacrifice, but then the deal is not even on. Okay, so it says asked if the U.S. was considering. Oh, I just read that. See here, it says, "I find it hard to believe it was intentional," he says in Oval Office. I have a feeling that it was a mistake by somebody who shouldn't have been doing what they did, Trump said about the incident, speaking after a meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Now, we have to keep in mind that, all right, let me see. We have to keep in mind that the order of prophecy, because guess what? At the end of the day, all right, like we always keep saying, you still have to have the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip, made mandatory. You have to have that pushed on a large scale, okay, before this World War III goes into a 100% high gear, okay. Nonetheless, it doesn't, like, the Lord is still setting it up, okay. He's putting the spirit back into these nations, all right, to get into that warlike spirit, and that's what he's doing right now. So when it's time to go, it's time to go, because once Jacob's trouble kicks off, once those prophecies start hitting, it's gonna go just like that. It's like a snowball going downhill and just building and building and becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, and it's gonna lead right into World War III. All right, into the hot missiles flying. All right, and the the big boys. I mean, shooting missiles at each other basically. All right, and by big boys I mean the big countries, man. Russia, U.S., China, the EU. Okay, so the Lord is setting it up right now. All right, because like he prophesied here, like Yahushua prophesied, it says, I'm gonna just read it right here, Luke 21:9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So here we see, all right, we're hearing about wars, all right. Here talking about you'll find out, because if the U.S. was to send an airstrike or bomb Iran, it's over. Okay, but these are all what? Wars and rumors of wars. Okay, however, we still have certain prophecies that need to take place before this war fully kicks in or kicks off. All right, but on the other hand, with us hearing talks like this and tensions rising so quickly, we're even that much closer to these prophecies taking place, man. All right, and that's why the scriptures say this here. All right, this is Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, I'm gonna let it load up real quick. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. And what time is it? It's time. It's time for America's destruction. It's time for Babylon to go down. All right, and the Lord to bring that judgment upon this place. All right. People like to talk about, oh, you die and you go and you have judgment day. Guess what? We're in the time of judgment now. That's why you see people getting jacked up. You see the Lord is doing a lot of things, man. He's clearing house. You have people who claim to be in this truth who are not in here anymore. You have the Lord taking the spirit off of certain men. All right. Okay, the Lord is working. All right, I believe there's a scripture on that. Uh, to work. Uh, all right, the Lord is working on all fronts and all avenues. Okay, so now is not the time to be slacking at all, man. There it is. Psalms 119 and 126. It is time for thee, Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, to work, for they have made void thy law. So the Lord, and that's what the Lord is doing. All right, He's working, man. That's why we see all these prophecies coming to pass, and it's speeding up by the day. Hey, days are moving like hours, man. Weeks are moving like days. Months are moving like weeks. Okay, and years are moving like months. That's how time is flying now. Okay, so it says here, let me see. John Bolton, Trump's hawkish national security advisor, who has pushed for a hardline policy on Iran, is on his way to Israel to discuss regional security with U.S. allies in the Middle East, the White House said. John Bolton, Trump's hawkish. Oh, I just read that. Trump denied that members of his administration were pushing him towards war, saying he wanted to end endless wars like Afghanistan and not get into new ones, just like he said during the 2016 campaign. But Iran shooting down U.S. drone is a new wrinkle and a new fly in the ointment. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif has accused the U.S. of waging economic terrorism and covert action against his country, and now uh, encroaching on its territory. See, we do not seek war, but will zealously defend our skies, land, and waters. Tensions between Washington and Tehran have been rising for the past several months, with U.S. sending additional troops to the region and blaming Tehran for attacks on several oil tankers in international waters. Iran has rejected the accusations. Okay, so we see, hey, these articles are getting more and more intense. All right, by the day. Okay, and a lot of people, hey, I was at work today, and I was walking around, and then I'm looking at I'm looking at my coworkers and these people here, and I'm thinking like, how many of them are even aware, okay, of what's going on? Okay, a lot of people in today's day and age, man, they're living a life of, oh, okay, tomorrow I'll come back, do the same thing, and then go home. An endless life of servitude. That's their mindset. And that's why the scriptures say this destruction is gonna come like a sudden destruction. All right, First Thessalonians the 5th chapter, the third verse, man, it's gonna hit them like a sudden destruction, because a lot of people are not expecting this, even though it's obvious and it's out there. All right, it's clear what's going on and what's being set up, but people are not looking. Some don't care. Some don't even know. All right, they're just living there like, and that's why the scriptures say they've been blinded. Okay, the Lord has blinded them, man. Okay, let me see what it says in here. The Indian Navy is deploying multiple vessels to the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman to provide security for Indian flagged ships traversing the area. The decision follows multiple attacks on the merchant ships there. Designating the move Operation Sunkalp or Resolution, an Indian Navy spokesperson announced on Thursday that two warships, all right, warships, that's what they're sending, would be deployed for maritime security in the troubled waters between Iran, Oman, and Saudi Arabia. The vessels will be backed by air cover and surveillance assets. So you got India getting in on this. Well, first India hit the U.S. with tariffs, and now they're getting in here, man. Okay, because what's going on is that this tension is like a vortex that's sucking in these nations, man. Okay, it's sucking in all these nations. It's dragging them in. And before you know it, you'll have all these different nations involved in this. Okay, which hey, America's gonna get it too. Okay, we only one false flag attack away, man. All right, let them do something. Let something happen here, man, and see what happens. See how life can flip. All right, a complete 180 degrees. All right, just like that. It says ships in Chennai and Sanaina have been deployed in the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf to undertake maritime security operations. In addition, aerial Salakia, you got Satan trying to mess with this. All right. It says here what it was like aerial surveillance by Indian aircraft is also being undertaken in the area. It says the already strained situation in the Persian Gulf intensified dramatically after two oil tankers were attacked in the Gulf of Oman last week. While no concrete evidence proving who was responsible has been released, U.S. authorities have blamed Iran for the incident. The escalating standoff eventually led to Iran downing a U.S. surveillance drone, proving that they are not messing around, all right, and giving the still highly volatile situation. One of the vessels, New Delhi, has sent out for security detail in the INS Chennai, a stealth-guided missile destroyer regarded as one of the most powerful warships in India's fleet. So now the question is, why are they sending it here? Okay, because even they know what time it is. All right. It says the waters between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman are one of the most important passageways in the world for oil supplies. And you best believe this is going to raise the prices of oil a lot. Okay? So, man, the Lord is not playing. For those of you who are out there playing games and you think this is a joke, you think you have forever, right? Oh, I'm gonna play around. I'm gonna keep cracking jokes. I'm gonna do videos that are not edifying, and I'm just gonna do videos. All right, just not even focusing on prophecy. All right, but just videos trying to start strife and all this stuff. You got people who literally their whole life is just to do mocking videos or just to do what they call rebuke videos. All right, on people or on certain groups. When you look at those groups that they're doing videos on, those all we're doing is pushing prophecy. All we're doing is teaching the word. So these people really, if you think about it, man, these scoffers, man, really all they are is they're doing the works on the left hand side. They're doing Satan's works, all right. And what I mean by that is just as hard as we go for this truth on the right hand side, guess what? Being that they're under the grip of Satan, all right, they go as hard on the left hand side. Because man, you go on these people's pages, every single couple hours they got videos going on you know what I mean, brothers, elders, everything. Oh, the elders of GMS are hypocrites. Apostle Hart said this, or this brother did this. I was like, yo, my mans, look at what's going on, man. Look at the prophecies. You click on, man, you come on here, you go on these news websites, all you see is prophecy. But you got people wasting time talking about irrelevant things. And that's why when this help breaks loose, man, a lot of people are going to be lost. Because that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding spoken about in Isaiah 33 and 6, the Lord is going to take the spirit off of a lot of people, man. And that's why it says in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter, around the 70th verse, then shall they be known who are my chosen. Okay? Those who are focused, those who are sincere, that's what it's about, man. That's who the Lord is dealing with. All right? Because we're getting closer and closer to that time, and we do not have time for games, man. We don't. Okay? Our focus is on prophecy and staying in the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and that's it. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.